All right, what's good, YouTube? Let's try this again. It's my second time recording this. I can't figure this thing out, but anyway. So basically, basically I'm going over a pretty much a video review of the victims of Playboi Carti. I'm actually mentioned in this video, so shout out Dominant or Domikowski for actually putting me in here and kind of going over some stuff. There's some things that he kind of gets right, but pretty much everything. Well, there's a lot of things in here that he gets right, but there's some other details that he's probably missing, and obviously there's the reason he wouldn't know it, of course. But I'm pretty much gonna watch my portion of it. It's like a 33-minute long video. As he mentions me for a couple of minutes in here, probably about like five ish, 10, almost 10 minutes or so, and the rest is some about other people that have interacted and worked with Cardi. So I'm gonna just go over my portion. You guys can watch the rest, and again, shout out to him. Give him a like, follow, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. So let's go ahead and get started.
Had scammed was Milan Makes Beats, who produced the song Velo and Thug and many other unreleased snippets. Milan had actually produced a majority of the self-titled mixtape before Carti redid all the songs over Pierre beats.
So that's definitely true. So Cardi was actually going to have pretty much this whole tape that was going to come out. Like one of his first tapes was going to be just strictly me, uh, China, and probably like Mexico Dro and Ethereal, maybe a couple other people. But I remember I was at like Band's house one time, and they one of his A&Rs called me. I think his name is Dash. Called me and was trying to set all of this up and everything like that, and was telling me that we were pretty much going to be the album. But the reason why that never unfolded was because the songs kept getting leaked, and he couldn't get clearance on the songs because he wasn't paying for beats. They were trying to just get beats without doing anything properly. They just, hey, send us some beats, we'll worry about you later type deal. And obviously that's not going to work.
What happened was Milan would send Carti snippets of his beats. Carti took these snippets, rapped over them, looped the beat snippet that Milan sent, extended it so he wouldn't have to ask or pay Milan for the full beat. Some of these snippets that Carti posted.
So that happened. What he said there was actually 100% true. The only thing that he does not realize was a lot of the snippets that I actually sent never were actually directly sent to Cardi. Lots of times they were sent to Fani or either Uno. So like the songs that I have with Fani, Cardi, and Uno on it, I forget the name of it. I sent that to Fani or Thousand Band Fani. And then this like Velo and Thug, for example, was the main one that kind of started all of this. That was actually sent to Uno. Uno took that and I guess was in the studio with him, re-looped it and stretched it out, or whatever the case that they did with the engineer, and got Cardi on it. But a lot of the beats that I sent or a lot of the snippets that I sent were never directly sent to Cardi. He got them through third party and through other people. Once I kind of got in contact with Cardi, that's when we would I would talk back and forth with him, and I sent him some snippets again at one point in time. But this was before I was putting the purchase your tracks today tags in there, and he just rap on those, reloop them, and then do his thing with that, and that's what got me started putting the purchase your tracks today in there.
Posted or songs released, even had snippets from the website Purchase Your Tracks Today, which of course showed that Carti was not paying for these. The issue was when Playboi Carti's A&R contacted Milan to sort out paperwork for Playboi Carti's self-titled mixtape. Playboi Carti's camp wanted Milan to send the full beats over first before sending any official paperwork.
Yep.
Meaning Milan would be sharing his beats with Carti without first seeing the contracts or any money, which is of course very dodgy. After all this went down, Milan would then leak screenshots of his DMs with Carti, which read, "You rapped over Purchase Your Tracks today, lol. So what I do to you?" With Carti replied, "Can't wait to see you, bitch." Milan would say, "Bro, you stole from me, and I wanted credits and royalties, and to work. You tripping, stop hitting me up," which Carti threatened Milan. "I'ma find you, little bitch. Fuck everybody who love you. You a peon." Carti would then reach out to Milan's friends.
So yeah, that obviously that's real DMs. I could pull it up right now on my phone because I mean they're on Twitter. You can see it on Twitter or I can just type them in my messages and you'll see it. Why he was upset about that whole situation, I don't know. Because the example I've always given is be like, if I was broke into your house and stole your TV, you found out I stole your TV, and you confront me about it, and now I want to fight you because you found out I stole your TV. That's pretty much the situation of dealing with Playboi Carti, to be honest with you.
To try to find out where he lived, probably so he can go rob his place and beat his ass. Milan's friend.
So that was actually true too. So I was in college and at the time, and he would be DMing and calling people, messaging people, trying to figure out where I lived and where I was going to school at, like all kinds of just weird stuff. And there was one particular dude that was like a Cardi, dick rider pretty much, and he would be talking back and forth to Cardi like he knew me, so he could basically just keep in contact with him. And he sent me a video of Cardi, him and Cardi on the phone, and he recorded it of Cardi saying, "Where's Milan stay? Is he in North or South Carolina? Where is he at? Do you know his phone number? Do you have his address? Blah blah." Blah. Like he was trying to find me because he was upset because he got caught stealing my beats. So like I don't. And what's crazy this what's crazy about this situation is I'm a college student in college, just trying to make make a career out of this and do my thing, do something I'm passionate about. But I remember plain as day being on like Instagram Live or something like that, and Mexico Joe was sitting outside on Instagram. I remember watching it, sitting outside with a shotgun, telling Cardi to pull up and this, that, and the third, telling him, saying where his address was. Other people probably have seen this video before, and was telling what he was going to do to Cardi, how he's going to air him out, and this, that, and the third, right? So you got pressure and smoke for me as a college student, just trying to get some fair compensation and get credit. But then there's a real street dude that's talking about living the same lifestyle that he claims that Cardi claims to live, right in the same city, the same area as you, but you don't say nothing to him, from my understanding. And it sounds like he's never reached out to Mexico Joe and had that type of animosity or that pressure with him. But to me, he's all in my DMs talking about he gonna kill me and find and fuck everybody that loves me and all this other stuff. It's kind of just crazy. It just goes to show, are people really as hard as they try to portray, or do they try to pick fights with the people that they think aren't going to say and do something?
Friends would release the screenshots which read, "Yo, bruh, is Milan in North or South Carolina? I don't know why. I don't know about that fella. I'll pay you. Find out where he stay at. Call me. Bro, that's hella sus. I ain't gonna tell you his info. I'ma find you. Like hell, you bitch. I ain't afraid to whoop your bitch ass. I'm taking that fake ass tech deck chain. You a bitch. I'ma kill you and Milan. I'm banned. That's some weed, bitch. You a stain. You lame as hell, bro. Now."
So that was the dude that was trying to act and fake like he knew me, so he could just keep talking with Cardi. He basically had like a man crush on Cardi, and that was always weird to me. But he would be trying to DM me too, acting like we was cool, and I was like, bro, no one, I don't know you. Two, you keep sending me messages, you talking back and forth to Cardi, and I get telling you anything personal about him because all you're going to do is try to run back to Cardi and give him this information. So that was always
Carti
weird.
would say Milan and Barnes because after Carti refused to give Milan credits or any money for his beats, Milan would take it upon himself to leak the song Butterfly Coup, which
So this was never Cardi's song. The way that I actually got Velo or got Butterfly Coop was the engineer that actually recorded Cardi's part on a looped beat. uh, he reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, I see what's going on. I don't think what's going on is right, and it's unfair, and I don't think you deserve all of this. So I have a song that I think is produced by you that that I recorded Cardi on, and it's a snippet because he rapped on one of your snippets, and I'll send it to you." And he ended up sending it to me. So after I got it, I re-looped it myself, and then I went down to Atlanta and recorded the band's part on this and put Young Bands on it. So the funny thing about this whole situation is Young Bands was teasing this song and putting it all out there to number one diss Cardi and rub him the wrong way, but also ride Cardi's clout wave because at that same time we had recorded Dresser. And so when that happened, we had Butterfly Coupe and Dresser. He wasn't feeling Dresser. He didn't think it was a hit. Wasn't going to be much of anything. It's a random regular song, and he was actually going to give me that song to post. And he was going to post the Playboi Carti Butterfly Coupe song, but I kept telling him, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to post Butterfly Coupe. I'll still post Dresser as well too because we got other songs in the vault. But this is my project. This is something that I want to put out there because of this whole situation that's going on. So obviously, fast forward, Dresser was the one song that actually blew Young Bands up and turned him into what he is today. And, kind of started his career. And Butterfly Coupe ended up being a really good song, but not the song that he thought it was going to be. But that's pretty much what started the beef between Young Bands and I because Bands was really trying to promote Butterfly Coupe and put that out there. And was upset that when I posted Dresser and was only collecting the royalties that I could take, and leaving the other royalties free for him to collect. That's when, and he saw, how that the song was starting to bubble and start to pop off after just one day. Then that's when he hit me with, "Oh, you this, that, and the third. Delete this. You're not cool." And then that's how me and Young Bands fell out because really just he's a greedy artist too. He just basically saw that the attention what was coming from Dresser and the attention that was coming from Butterfly Coop and wanted to really collect both of them. But that's why those two fell out are not cool either. But they weren't cool before that.
Just Carti's song, but also had a Young's Bands feature, who at the time was beefing Carti because Bands supposedly didn't pay Carti for a feature. So of course Carti didn't want Milan to release a song, firstly because it has Carti's vocals and Carti didn't approve of this to be released.
So the thing with the where he just mentioned that bands didn't pay him for a feature, that's true too. Bands told me about that situation. But the thing is, at the time, I think Carter's probably like 18, 19 years old, and Young Bands was 14, and they both had some clout back back in the time when they first started. But think about it like this: like you got an 18, 19-year old pressing a 14-year-old about paying them for a feature, and now they've got long term beef, and now both of them are well into their 20s, and they still got beef over something that happened with an adult and a child. Essentially, is how I see it, an adult and a 14-year-old. I'm not gonna have a beef. I'm not gonna be 18, 19 years old and beefing with a 14-year-old.
Released, and then secondly, because it had a Young Bands on it. Milan would leak another screenshot of this conversation, which read, "Don't drop shit with me on your shit, on everything. I'll fight you. I will have fellas at your house today. Try me. I'm in the UK. I'm bored. I'll gladly say your ass up. Fuck you and Young Band's pussy." Wait, what? Fella, you be stealing my beats and stealing my sound. I haven't done shit to your ass but make beats that you stole. I don't give a fuck how you feel. It's a damn song. What the fuck have I done to you? You stole beats and running around with a sound. Carti.
That's absolutely true. So Cardi ends up not getting all these beats and everything that he wanted from me, like he thought he was, because his thing was Cardi thought that his clout was going to be enough for me to just be like, here goes beats, here goes beats, here goes beats, and that wasn't it. So what he ends up doing is basically letting all these songs leak. Then he goes and get other producers to basically recreate my sound and put that out there and re-record these songs. So like if you listen to a couple of his songs in one of his first albums, he's actually doing the sound that I have a sound that I put in my beats. He's making that sound with his mouth, like as he's recording. In one of the songs, I can't remember. And then in another song, he drops a bar talking about, "Yeah, I'm taking your shit, you college kid." I mean, at the time I was in college, I'm the one sending the beats, and he was taking my stuff, and I was exposing him before it. So he sneak dissed me in those in that song, and then like I said, he's trying to recreate the sound with other producers, which pretty much was Pierre, and then putting that sound in there to try to make it sound similar to the beats that I make. And this guy actually touches on it, Don Mikowski.
Would then block Milan, which ended the situation. Carti concluded all of this with, "I only rap on Pierre beats, so this old producer's sick. I promise, I don't do janky business. Bruh, fella's mad because I stopped rapping on his beats. Bro, it's crazy because I can't even defend myself, because these fellas ain't worth it. If I stole a beat, I'll tell that pussy fella. Pierre born rich as fuck, that's all I need. I don't owe him shit, I don't steal beats." Wait,
How do you not steal beats, but the beats literally have purchase your tracks today in it? That's like me saying I don't steal clothes, but I still got the tags on it from in the little sensors and whatnot. But I don't steal clothes. And then he's talking about well, I got Pierre Bourne now to make these beats. I don't need these old producers. So basically, he's admitting to saying I got Pierre Bourne because he sounds similar to Milan makes beats, and he sounds similar enough to where I can use his sound and recreate his sound. And I don't think those two are actually cool anymore either, too. So I don't know about that part.
which very hypocritical because Carti would delete the Milan produced song Velo and Thugs. So
And he actually didn't delete Velo and Thug. What ended up happening was I reported it because he reported my songs and was not compensating me, but he's making money off of it. And he's going to talk about me being like trying to sue it and if I could sue, which I could, but the only thing with that is he performed this song a whole lot rather than put it out there on streaming platforms. On streaming platforms, you can kind of figure out exactly how much this person is making off of the song. When you do a performance, I don't know if you got paid 10 grand to do a performance at the pop up shop and 30, 40, 50 grand like you rapping in your songs to go perform it when you're on tour with Lil Uzi Vert. Because if you remember correctly, when he kind of started popping off and getting popular, he went on tour with Lil Uzi Vert and he would always perform Velo and Thug. So if you look up on YouTube and Google Velo and Thug performances, You'll see him at different pop up shops, different concerts and venues with Lil Uzi. Like that was the song that like they used to push and promote V-Lone. So I remember. So think about it like this: uh, whenever they're selling having a V-Loan pop up and they're selling that merchandise, because my song helped with your brand, it's like your brand song. I could be entitled to some of those sales. So if you sold shirts and you performed, could be entitled to a lot of all of that stuff too. But obviously, it's hard to chase that trying to get if you're hiring a lawyer because if let's just say for number sakes, I would say, oh, I want 200 grand for all of the for the money that I lost out on that you didn't pay me. Well, the a lawyer's going to hear, well, 200 grand, we could either get that or more. I'm going to charge you XYZ to go after this guy for this money. So the bigger the money lump sum that I'm trying to get is the bigger lump sum that the this lawyer is going to charge me. So I actually went talked with a lawyer, tried to set all this up and figure all this out, and he explained all this stuff to me. But when I'm doing all this by myself and I have no backing, whereas Playboi Carti was doing all this with the backing of Interscope. Interscope's got a bigger wallet than I do, and obviously I can't compete with that. So that's why he did what he did. That's why he flagged my songs and took all my songs down. Because the only when you flag a song, let's say hypothetically you have a song with an artist and I have nothing to do with it, I can still flag your song and it's up to you to prove why it should be put back up there. He had no producer agreement with me, which is why he couldn't do anything aside from flag it, which I would have to show a producer agreement saying, "Hey, I have the rights to post this, but I don't have them because he never sent me one." So that's why those songs are down and the albums are down. And because those songs are attached to albums, the whole project has to come down. And they're gonna an entity like iTunes and Spotify, they're going to listen to Interscope and Playboi Carti more so than Milan Makes Beats and Capsule Corp and me myself. You know what I mean?
But it seems like Carti did steal the beat and then tried to delete the song to hide any evidence. But things have been quiet since. Carti did rob Milan, and Mexico drove. But unfortunately for them, there was nothing they could do. These releases aren't worth enough money to hire lawyers and actually sue Carti for money because the lawyer fees were probably worth more than the actual money they could get from Carti and his camp.
So this right here pissed me off too on the everyday struggle. So you got Joe Budden where he's talking about I was DMing him and get out of my fucking DMs and this. I've never DM'd Joe Budden. I don't follow him. I don't didn't DM him. I've never reached out to him. But really, all he wanted to do is just come up here and talk his shit and basically say, "Oh, I'm an artist too, and I've stolen beats and I do this and it's just part of the game." So at this point, I had already done an interview, I believe, with DJ Academics, and DJ Academics has all the information that I just spilled out to you guys in this video, plus some more. Because if you go and watch the interview, because it's posted, it's all it's on his page. You'll hear all the information that I give him, but then when you go back and watch this everyday struggle, he doesn't mention anything of the sort to try to defend me or show that, oh, Milan has a legitimate leg to stand on. The only person that had my back in this situation was this chick here. I forget what her name is, so shout out to her. But he's a goofball and a goofy for just talking shit, and he's a goofball and goofy because he's trying to ride his nuts and everybody else's nuts on here so he can make a name for himself. That's why I really don't like DJ Academics, and I never liked Joe Budden because I never he's not relevant to me, and I don't like him because of his whole situation and how he went through this.
What's his name?
Milan.
Hey, Milan. Sorry, buddy. Get out my fucking DM. Are you kidding me? DM my lawyer. What the fuck are you DMing me for?
Overall, Carti screwed them over, but loads of producers get screwed over in the industry, and it's just how it is. Yes, it isn't fair, and it's a completely awful thing to do, but in the underground, there's barely any money to be made. So when you're asking an artist to pay you, when the artist themselves is barely making any money, you don't have a lot of power in the situation.
That's true.
A couple.
See what I mean? So he's saying get out of my DMs and basically get over it, and then his next breath is, oh yeah, I still beats too. You see what I mean? So it's just like these and he's laughing and giggling too, just because he want to be a part of the cool kids club. It's like that's the one thing about the whole music industry and everything. Like it's just whose dick can you ride now? It's a dick riding competition. You're cool and popular. Let me ride your wave. and it's just I mean I I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not in the whole wave riding thing. I just can't do it.
Why is this something that we discuss? Hey, hey, funny enough,
Only two
Yo,
in my 16-year career.
Yo, I was now Ethereal and Awful Records. Well, Ethereal is still actually.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's the basis of the whole breakdown of this. To kind of sum it up, man, he Playboi Carti stole some beats, stole some loops, put it together, put content out there, tried to make money off of it, and was mad that his clout didn't sway me to here goes more beats, here goes more beats. Because because the real clout chasers are the artists. Like let's just keep it real. The real clout chasers in every situation are the artists because because your producer makes the sound. So if you're the producer and you're the artist and you want to stay relevant and stay popular, the person that is relevant and is popular is somebody that is rapping on a new type of sound or changes that sound a little bit. But then once they change that sound a little bit, you still have to have producers that's going to create and continue on with that sound for you. So the real clout chasers, which is I never got why people will call me a clout chaser for putting this information out there, is Playboy Cardi. In this whole situation, he was the clout chaser. He wanted the beats, he stole them. So he wanted to threaten me and say he's gonna do this, that, and the third because he's butthurt about not getting beats from me anymore and me not being impressed by the amount of popularity that he has to be able to just keep throwing beats at him. So then what does he do? He goes and gets another producer to recreate the sound and goes from there. But that's pretty much it to sum it up. Hopefully that clears up a lot of extra, stuff for people. I thought it was a really good video. Don Mikowski really did a great job. It was posted just a few days ago, and a Instagram follower wanted me to kind of react to it. So here's the reaction to it. Hopefully, that kind of clears some things up for people. Somebody get some other clarity, some other information, maybe learn something they didn't know. You know what I mean? And you got a little bit more background to the story. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you see any, if you want me to do anything else as far as like video reviews, album reviews, beat reviews, or post something new, a new tip or trick on FL Studio, let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you like, what you dislike. Like the video or dislike the video. Either which way, just interact with the video so the algorithm works in my favor. And that's all I got for you guys, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this one's a little bit longer, but enjoy your Sunday. Peace. I'm gone.